There, moms and dads, have you ever wondered why your colicky, fussy baby just can't soothe, can't sleep, can't calm down, maybe can't eat or even poop comfortably? Have you ever wondered why your toddler can't go into a store, go into a restaurant, go into preschool without constant tantrums and meltdowns? Have you ever wondered why maybe your grade schooler just can't sit still, pay attention, follow directions, and keep their behavior in check? Have you ever wondered why a teenager sometimes gets so overwhelmed and overloaded with big emotions and anxiety and all of those challenges? What about us as parents? Ever wondered why so many of us literally can't calm down, can't get our brain to shut off, can't get our brain organized, can't fall asleep at night and seem to stay healthy at all ourselves? Well, if any of this or all of this is affecting your family, then this video is for you, because underneath everything from colic to ADHD to autism to exhaustion in parents is something called the sympathetic nervous system. Now, our sympathetic nervous system is our body's built-in protective fight or flight system. It activates our protective response, it activates our adrenal glands and cortisol, and it's really, really good in the short term. It has an important job for us day to day. But what the sympathetic nervous system is designed to do is to turn on, and then as soon as the threat or the event that is requiring it is over, it's supposed to shut back down and calm down. And most importantly, here on our channel, we're always talking about pediatric and kids' health. Kids are supposed to spend the vast majority of their time in the other side of the nervous system, what's called the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest, regulate, digest, sleep, growth, and development side of the nervous system. So the biggest thing that we want families to know about the sympathetic nervous system in kids is that it's awesome if they're in the middle of a soccer game. It's awesome if they're in the middle of playing out at recess or outside. We want them to be active, and we want them to be able to handle stress, handle illness. But the key to this is, again, it's not supposed to get stuck on. So what is happening today is we see kids, the vast majority of kids in our clinic, they go through what we call the perfect storm sequence of stress. So maybe their pregnancy, their in utero development, when the nervous system is first learning how to handle sympathetic, parasympathetic, vagus nerve, some of these nerdy things we could go deeper in another video one day. Well, the nervous system needs to develop in utero, and kids are actually born with a very immature brain and nervous system. And so it's already leaned a little bit more towards fight or flight protection to keep that baby in survival mode while growing and while developing and while making its way into the world. So if there's a ton of stress during pregnancy, if there's a ton of physical traumatic intervention at birth, like forceps, vacuum, cord wrapped, emergency C-section, well, the on-off switch to the sympathetic fight or flight nervous system is right in the upper neck and right in the brainstem. That's why this part especially of neurology, the sympathetic fight or flight nervous system, and knowing that it gets stuck on so early, so often for so many kids, is really at the core of our work as neurologically focused pediatric and family chiropractors. We find again and again that the neurology of a colicky infant is the same neurology as a child who recently or is diagnosed with autism, is the same neurology as a teenager or grade schooler struggling with anxiety and ADHD. The truth is the same neurology is underneath all of that. A child, an infant who can't sleep, can't soothe, is stuck on sympathetic fight or flight. A sensory meltdown, spectrum challenged, stimming toddler or young child is stuck on sympathetic fight or flight. And a teenager who just can't get themselves out of anxiety and out of those challenges is stuck on that sympathetic system as well. All of the research and all of the science shows us that the four most foundational trigger of developmental delays, sensory spectrum, and neurological challenges in kids is this overactive sympathetic fight or flight nervous system. When it gets stuck on, that's called subluxation. Subluxation is a simple, neurologically focused chiropractic word that means sympathetic fight or flight stuck on, which is the same thing as saying the parasympathetic, rest, digest, sleep, regulate, growth, and development side of the nervous system is shut down and suppressed or limited. there's a final term we'll introduce in this video that has everything to do with the sympathetic nervous system, and it's called dysautonomia. Dysautonomia is the nerd term for too much fight or flight, too much gas pedal, too much sympathetic overdrive, and too little sleep, too little digestion, too little development, too little emotional regulation. So dysautonomia is at the root of all pediatric chronic health challenges, even allergies, asthma, and autoimmune challenges such as that. So what we love for you to do, parents, if this video rings true, if you've got a child who's challenged with some or multiple of these things, or you yourself just can't get out of this chronic cycle of stress and anxiety, sleep challenges, and exhaustion, we want you to learn more about the sympathetic nervous system, subluxation, and dysautonomia. You can go to our website and you can read a full, amazing article about the sympathetic nervous system and watch more videos about subluxation and dysautonomia as well. And the most important thing to know about this sympathetic fight or flight nervous system is we can find it. We can measure it. It's my bet that you've not only, if your child has some of these health challenges, especially if they've turned into these chronic, tougher diagnoses, you've probably exhausted all of the pediatrician, medical specialists, and the standard conventional medical route. And maybe you've even tried to heal their gut, improve their microbiome, work on all these other natural health supportive lifestyle things. Those are awesome. You're going in the right direction, and I bet you've already seen your child do some pretty cool healing. But if that job's not all the way done, it's very likely you've got to get down to the real root cause of their challenges. And that very likely is a stuck 24/7 sympathetic fight or flight nervous system. We can find that and measure that with an incredible piece of technology that we use in our offices and all PX offices all over the world. And it's called the Insight Subluxation Station, meaning it actually measures, quantifies, and locates this subluxation, this tension, and this stuck sympathetic fight or flight response. Once we have those scans, we know it, we can measure it, and we can get to work on making so safe, so gentle, so effective what are called neurologically focused chiropractic adjustments to release that stuck sympathetic stress and then rebuild and reorganize, balance, and function back into the nervous system after that. This is my favorite stuff to talk about, as you can probably see as I get to the end of this video, talking about subluxation, talking about the sympathetic nervous system, and talking about stress. On one hand, is not that fun because we're talking about what's really causing your family's health challenges, but it's fun because on the other side of this information is the action steps and answers you've been looking for as to why your kids and your family are struggling, and the drug-free action steps through chiropractic that can get you out of that fight or flight, sympathetic, nonstop stress. So often, our kids and ourselves are so locked into this cycle, there is no supplement, there is no meditation, there is no medication that is potent enough to reset and get us out of that sympathetic storm. I want you to go to the website, read the articles, watch other videos, learn all about the technology, learn all about dysautonomia, the vagus nerve, learn everything you need to make sense of this even more. And the moment you're ready to get help, drug-free, natural help, from us or another doctor in our network, just go to our website, send us a DM, schedule a new patient appointment right there on the website or on the directory, and we are here to help with hope, answers, and help always. We'll see you on the next one.